Have you ever found yourself in a situation that seemed impossible to overcome? Life's path is often marked by hurdles and setbacks. Even the most successful people have faced their share of challenges. These struggles shape us, mold us into the individuals we become. They serve as the foundation for personal growth and resilience. Today I want to share my personal story with you, a testament to the power of perseverance and the human spirit's capacity to rise above even the toughest of challenges. One of the most challenging periods of my life began when I moved to a new country alone, without speaking the language or having any contacts. Picture this: a young woman in an unfamiliar land with no family or friends and barely a dime to her name. I was that woman. I found myself in a city where the language was alien to me, where the customs were different, and where I was an outsider. My heart ached for the familiarity of home, for the comfort of the known. But I had left that behind, and now I had to forge a new path in this foreign land. Every day was a struggle to communicate, to understand, to find work, to simply survive. I took up odd jobs, anything that would pay, just so I could afford a small room and some food. I remember nights where I would sit in that small room, feeling so lost and alone. I remember days when I didn't know if I could go on, when the weight of my circumstances felt too heavy to bear. The emotional toll was immense. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of despair with no lifeline in sight. There were moments when I questioned my decision to migrate, when I wondered if I had made a grave mistake. The loneliness was crippling, and the constant struggle exhausting. I felt defeated, lost, and incredibly alone. But amidst all this, there was a glimmer of hope, a tiny spark that refused to be extinguished. I clung to that spark, that belief that I could rise above my circumstances, that I could overcome these challenges. There was a fire within me that refused to be doused, a determination that wouldn't let me give up. And so I persisted. I held on, even when it seemed impossible. Those were some of the lowest points in my life, but they were also the moments that shaped me, that tested my mettle, that showed me what I was made of. They were the moments that taught me the true meaning of resilience. However, I reached a point where I could no longer feel sorry for myself. One day, I gazed into the mirror and caught sight of a person I barely recognized. This person was worn down and troubled, a stark contrast to the vibrant soul I used to be. It was a moment of harsh reality, a sudden awakening that struck me like a bolt of lightning. I was at rock bottom, and there was only one direction left to go: up. Change was no longer a choice, but a necessity. I had a vision for a better life, and it was time to make that vision a reality. So I took a deep breath, rolled up my sleeves, and began the arduous process of transformation. The first step was to reach out and connect with others. I started to meet new people, ask questions, and join groups. I learned about resources that I didn't even know existed. These newfound connections became my lifeline, providing me with support, knowledge, and a sense of belonging. Next, I crafted a plan. At first glance, it seemed like a far-fetched dream, a castle in the sky, but I was determined to make it happen. I broke down this grand vision into smaller, achievable steps. Each step was a puzzle piece, and I was committed to fitting them all together. The journey was not easy, and there were times when I doubted myself. But with each small victory, I grew stronger. I realized that the power to change my life was in my hands. Every step forward, no matter how small, was a step in the right direction. Along this journey, I discovered the importance of self-belief. I realized that the first person who needed to believe in me was myself. I had to trust in my abilities, my strength, and my resilience. This self-belief became my compass, guiding me through the darkest nights and leading me towards the dawn. This was the beginning of a transformative journey, a journey where I shed the layers of self-doubt and fear and embraced change with open arms. A journey where I discovered that the most significant turning points in life often come from the deepest valleys. And a journey that taught me that it's not about how many times we fall, but how many times we rise. Looking back, I realized that these challenges taught me valuable lessons. They were not just obstacles, but stepping stones, leading me to a level of resilience I never knew I had. It's like a muscle, you see. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And resilience, it's not about never falling, but about getting up each time you do. I learned that resilience is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about taking those punches life throws at you and using them to grow stronger. It's about turning adversity into advantage, transforming the worst times in your life into your best. With each challenge I faced, I discovered a strength within me, a strength I didn't know I had. And that strength, it led to growth. Personal growth, that I wouldn't have experienced if I hadn't been tested. I found that in those moments of struggle, I was being molded, shaped into a better version of myself. I learned how to adapt, how to be resourceful, how to navigate through the unknown, and with each test, each trial, I grew. I became more confident, more capable, more resilient. But let's not forget, resilience and growth, they don't come easy. They require patience, perseverance, and a whole lot of courage. They require you to step out of your comfort zone, to take risks, to face your fears. And that, my friends, is where the real magic happens. That's where you find out what you're truly made of. And for those of you who may be facing your own challenges, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You have the power to overcome, to rise above, to grow. Don't shy away from difficulties, embrace them. See them not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. And remember, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to lean on others. We're not meant to go through life alone. We're meant to lean on each other, to lift each other up, to grow together. So if you're in the midst of a storm right now, hold on. Keep pushing, keep growing. Because on the other side of that storm, there's a strength you didn't know you had, a resilience you didn't know existed, a growth you couldn't have imagined. These experiences shaped me into the person I am today. To overcome these obstacles, I had to develop certain strategies and make significant changes. Let's talk about some of the coping mechanisms that were my lifesavers in those tough times. First and foremost, I learned the power of positive affirmation. By repeatedly telling myself that I was capable, strong, and resilient, I started to believe it. It became my truth. Next, I embraced the mantra of one step at a time. Breaking my huge, seemingly impossible goal into smaller, manageable tasks made it seem less daunting. I celebrated each little victory, which fueled my motivation to keep going. A significant mindset shift also played a crucial role in my journey. I stopped seeing my challenges as barriers and started seeing them as opportunities for growth and learning. This shift in perspective was transformative. It turned my struggles into stepping stones towards my goal. In terms of routine changes, I incorporated daily exercise and meditation into my life. Physical activity helped me relieve stress, while meditation provided a sense of calm and clarity amidst the chaos. I also made a conscious effort to surround myself with positive and supportive people, distancing myself from negativity. Lastly, I found solace in journaling. Writing about my experiences, fears, and triumphs not only helped me process my emotions, but also served as a reminder of how far I've come. These strategies helped me navigate through the toughest times. Remember, it's not about avoiding challenges, but learning how to rise above them. I believe that we all have the capability to rise above our challenges. Each one of us has an inner strength, a reservoir of resilience that we can tap into when life gets tough. It's an amazing power that often lies dormant until we are faced with difficulties. The trials we encounter are not there to break us, but to awaken us to our true potential. It's in the heat of struggle that we forge our character, that we learn what we're truly made of. Remember, it's not the size of the challenge, but the size of the courage in the individual facing it. So, look your challenges straight in the eye and say, I am stronger than you think. I will rise above. In the spirit of sharing, I invite you to share your own stories in the comments below. Subscribe for more inspirational content and suggest topics you'd like to see in future videos.